3, 2, 1.
I
Go.
think we might be live.
We're live. There we go.
We're live adjacent. We'll see if people can hear me. Welcome to the show.
Hopefully,
if you can hear me.
Hopefully all the dads are in the
Yeah. Papa G, if you can hear me, let me know.
We're live adjacent.
In the chat. That'd be great.
We'll see if people can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I think we
Okay,
got it,
I think
dude.
we're good. All right. Let's rock and roll. Okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Papa
Yeah.
G, if you
For
can
sure.
hear me, let me know. We're
For
live
all three of us.
adjacent.
I know.
Thank you guys for holding down the fort for me.
That'd be great.
Things changed in my life recently, so I got a new promotion, and
Yeah.
I'm
Congrats.
super excited about it. Thank you. So but I'm happy to be here with you guys, man. I think I told Vince that I'm generally excited to be here with you guys today. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, man.
Yep.
You earned it. You deserve it. So
thank you.
We took a little bit of a delay from yesterday because
I think I told
you got the news yesterday. So I'm assuming you went out and at least just had a moment with your significant other and got to talk and chat and do all that and celebrate in your own way. So sincerely, congratulations, man. That's great.
Thank you.
Right on.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Totally. Also, I joined the 40 Club with Sam.
man.
So yeah, we're both on the on the wrong side of 40 now. If we were
Tim's
professional
over 50
players,
now.
that's a middle finger. Oh, hey, that's two middle fingers. And Tyler just dropped. I mean, yeah, Sam was the one that insulted, but now Tyler's gone. That's interesting. Weird how that happened.
Tim's just hitting the delete button in the background and took it out on the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Took it out on the youngster.
That's it. We got to see Project Hail Mary. So that was fun. And
That was
your boy
awesome.
actually had a drink for a change. So I don't do that too often, but I had some fun. So yeah, good times.
He
good
had,
movie.
Vince had
Yeah.
all the drinks.
I had two. Let's
That's all
calm
the
down.
drinks for you now.
In retrospect, yeah, sure, okay. But yeah.
I mean, that was a
And-
decent sized little shot.
Yeah.
And you took it like a champ,
Yeah. I still do.
unlike someone
I-
else.
I got it in the tool bag.
I was
Should I
out.
need it? But anyway, we're not here to talk about the drinking exploits of one Vinny G. We're here to talk about sports, right?
Well, that's funny because I had Tim prepare this slideshow of Vinny G's taking all the shots throughout the years. No, just kidding. No, just kidding.
Oh no, not October 2007. Not
No.
October 2007. Oh no.
That is in the black box, Vince.
Oh no.
I swore I would never
Oh.
share that,
Oh no.
and you got my word, buddy.
Oh no.
All right, cue the shot memories and make sure you play Green Day at the same time. Okay.
Yeah.
I did have the time
Good
of my life.
riddance.
Thank you. Good riddance, man. Good riddance. Oh.
The
Okay.
thing is we all have those. If you're
Absolutely.
we all have. If you went to college or had a group of friends or were part of theater like us,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you unfortunately those photos exist somewhere.
Yeah,
on the
re-
internet.
Really grainy.
Don't look for them.
They're long gone. That I think that MySpace account got nerfed. So yeah, it's gone. Be gone.
Papa G says, "Watch out
From the over 60 club.
from the over 60 clubs."
Anyway.
All right, let's get this show back on track and talk some
Yeah.
sports.
That's right. Okay.
Vince, looks like you got hockey at the top of the list here, so let's jump in.
Yeah, let's start talking hockey. So over the last week, the Sharks they got 5 out of 8 possible points, for the standings. So you had a loss in regulation to Nashville. That hurts. Nashville is directly ahead of us in the standings. There's someone we're trying to chase down. You lose in overtime to St. Louis. St. Louis is right around us in the standings. So you don't like dropping those points. That was a Thursday game. But you get the win in Columbus to end the road trip. That was a really bad road trip. They lose 6 games on that road trip in a row, but then they end it with the win. And then you come home and you get the win on Monday. And that was a hell of a game. 5-4. Macklin Celebrini goes over 100 points for the season. He's the 6th teenager ever to do it. So just ever. So
what did they say? He was 3 points away from who's the next person?
Oh no, I was gonna say the other names of teenagers in NHL history to score 100 points in a single season. These are some familiar names that we keep listing for you: Wayne Gretzky, Sid Crosby, Jimmy Carson, Mario Lemieux, and Dale Hawerchuk.
All of those guys were one-year wonders, but
never heard from them ever again.
Never heard from them ever again. So
bunch of bums. No,
I think he either tied Mario, or if you're on the East Coast, Mario Lemieux, or he's like 2 or 3 points away. Or the other scenario is that I think he's 2 or 3 points away from Sidney Crosby in a single season for a teenager. So
right, yeah. So he's like he's right on the heels there.
Yeah.
Also, in San Jose Sharks history for just team history points in a season, he is now he's the 3rd player ever to break 100 points in a season. Joe Thornton had 114 in 2006-2007. That was the year after the Hart Trophy. So he came over in that trade in 05-06. The following year, the entire year he was with the team, he had 114 points for the Sharks. And then Erik Karlsson's 2022-23 season, he had 101 points. Macklin Celebrini is currently sitting at 101 points. And also that is 4th in the league right now. The other 3 players are Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov, and Nathan McKinnon. Bunch of bums. So Macklin Celebrini is pretty damn good. That's the long story short. But just that game, to get the winning goal with 22 seconds left on the clock, it was off of an icing too, right? So they were down in their own zone. You win the face-off, and then just immediately just send that puck up, and then the hockey god, he makes a play. He just makes a play, beats the goalie on like under the glove, man, and it just perfect. I loved it. It was so good. One thing that I did want to talk about, just like because the playoffs, the Sharks are still in it. They're in the hunt. They're currently sitting in 11th in the standings right now. But that being said, they are only entering play today. They're only 2 points out of a playoff spot. Okay, so ahead of them are the Predators sitting in 8th, holding down that second wild card spot. The Kings are 1 point back of that wild card spot. The Kraken are tied with the Sharks. They've played the same number of games, both at 75 points, and yeah, so that's where they're at right now. That the Sharks are right there. The Jets are 1 point back of the Sharks, and the Blues are 2 points back of the Sharks, and everybody else is far enough back we don't have to worry about them. Okay. So somebody actually did a breakdown, and it's probably going to take about 90 points to make the playoffs. And with 10 games left, that means you got to get about 15 points, which is 7 wins and 1 overtime loss going forward. So 7-2-1 is what you're looking at for the rest of the way. That's a hell of a run you got to go on. It's a tough ask, and the schedule the rest of the way. I actually put the rest of the schedule up because there's not that many games left. There's only 10 left, so I did throw it up there. You got Anaheim. That's going to be a tough one. Anaheim currently leads the division. You got Toronto. Toronto's not good, especially after they lost Austin Matthews to that terrible, heinous injury against Anaheim, oddly enough. Nashville is a team right ahead of you. You got to win that one because that's double points, basically. You beat Nashville, especially in regulation. That immediately hurts them. Chicago, you got to win that one. Edmonton, that's going to be a rough one. That's going to be tough, but if you can come away with a win that one, against them, that'll be huge. At Anaheim, that's going to be another tough one. Then you have Vancouver, you have a game, and then you finish up at Nashville, at Chicago, and at Winnipeg. So, I mean, it's not going to be easy, but you get a couple of breaks go your way. It's not impossible. It's not,
for sure.
It is a huge ask. It's going to be super tough.
Chance.
Yeah. I'm Lloyd Christmasing this right now. It's going to be really tough, but it's not outright impossible. If they get super hot right now, they just go full Hansel, just so hot right now. If they're on a 2-game win streak right now, so you got to get to about 90 points. If you get to 90 points, I believe the math has you at about 80% chance of making the playoffs, give or take. If you only get to 89 points, that's about 35%. If you get to 91 points, that's about a 95%. And these numbers are all from Teal Tomorrow on Instagram. That's the person who I got these numbers from. Did this breakdown. If you only get to 88 points, that's about a 15% chance. 87, you're only at about 5% chance. That's like basically complete failure. You need basically everybody else to lose out as well. But at this point, you just need to go like complete heater mode, like basically at this point. When they did this breakdown, this was before the game last night. So they needed to go 8-2 from the rest of the way out. Now they only need to go 7-2. Okay, so just take it one game at a time. Those are the cliches, right? Start with Anaheim tomorrow at home, and just you kind of dug yourself into a little bit of a hole by losing 6-game losing streak on the road. It's tough.
Yeah, for sure.
That sucks, but you dug yourself in the hole. Let's see if you can dig yourself out. And we talked about this earlier in the season, right? If we somehow found ourselves, hanging around the playoffs into the mid-March and then fell off, I think the season is still a success, right? Like we said that at the beginning of the year. Like that's basically what we were saying, and that's kind of what happened at this point, right? That we got to mid-March, then they hit that 6-game losing streak, and they kind of fell out of it, right? But they're not exactly out of it, though, right? They're still in it. They're still only technically 2 points out. The problem is there's a bunch of other teams ahead of you too, and their schedules are, I think a lot of them still have easier schedules. I didn't exactly go out and look at, do a full breakdown of everybody else's schedules like the rest of the way out, but from what I remember, everybody else has a little bit of an easier path the rest of the way. The last time I did break it down a few weeks ago. So, So that's just kind of, it's a little bit of a rough road to go, and the Sharks kind of got the rough end of it. But if Macklin Celebrini stays hot, you never know.
Yeah, I think at this point, they are way above where they're supposed to be at this level. Right
exactly.
Now.
This has been a hell of a season either way. And
it's a huge win.
Still in it.
Yeah, I think it's a huge win for them. And I think, look, I think Greer's going to make a lot of moves in the offseason. I think he's going to do everything he can to bolster up the defense. Sam Dickinson has really risen to the occasion here as the season's gone on. does he still make some mistakes as a rookie? Of course, but you know what? I'd say from where he was when he first got on the ice to him playing some, first line and some second lines, he's come a long way, man. And what do they call the line? It's SE and the CMAC line, right? So, or is it CMAC or I think it's CMAC line. So with Chernyshov and Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini, there was a point in the game where they literally had the puck possession for, I'd say, about maybe 4 minutes of high pressure level, and Dickinson was right there in it, right? So I think that's just what we need more of is defensively, maybe a little bit more veterans that aren't on the wrong side of an age gap here. Maybe we get someone a little younger, but it's going to cost us, I think Greer's going to be all in on that. And we were saying the last night that, Reeves, God, he sounded like he has natural talent to be an announcer. It's kind of disgusting at the same time. But he mentioned that he would love to come back another year. Obviously, contract negotiations will dictate that, but said he'd love to come back and finish his career here. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of it too. I mean, he'll be approaching 40 as well. And I don't know whether the roster dictates you have room for a guy that's only going to score 2 or 3 goals. And, if he comes back, is he back as, an enforcer type? Like, is there a need for that? Or is Kiefer Sherwood going to be able to do that? And is he just as equipped to do that? Plus he can score you 20 plus goals,
I would be curious if the Sharks would want to bring Reeves on as a consultant or maybe possibly a defensive coach, to teach some defensive strategies, that he just maybe can't do because his body just won't let him do it. But it sounds like he wants to get that 1,000 game mark. So
I'm sure he would love to do that. Yeah. And if it ends up not being in San Jose, does another team want to take a chance on him? I don't know. Obviously he wants to get his name on the cup, that'd be nice for him. Right. We'll see. I think this is a discussion to have in the off season. It'll be fun to kind of see how that shakes out. Definitely. One last question. We do have our win of the week. Right now, we only have 3 weeks left, and I have a 4-point lead. So I'm going to offer you guys both a chance to do a double or nothing. So I'll let you bet one of your wins to double up. So you could lower your score by being wrong down to 7, or you could go up, like double your points this week.
All right, you go first, Sam.
Let me see here. I mean, I gotta take Toronto, right? They're injured. It's kind of a must win. So I'll take Toronto at home.
You gonna take the double?
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Tyler? You want Nashville, Anaheim, or Toronto?
Man, I tell you, Anaheim was a good match last night between them and Toronto. They went at it last night. I think there was like 5-minute majors being thrown out left and right.
Yeah, so, I read the report. I think Toronto had like 66 minutes penalty minutes assessed, and there was 91 total penalty minutes in that game. Gudas had a fight right off the rip because he was the guy that injured Austin Matthews.
Yeah. So I think they're a little bit more rested than I want them to be. So I will take Nashville with my times.
Nashville. Mm-hmm. All right. And are you going to take the times 2?
Yeah, I'll take it.
You'll take my devil's bet.
Yeah, what the heck? Why
not? You know what? I'll take the Anaheim Fox, but I am not going to take the times 2. I'll just take the 1 point, and I will not lose a point if I'm wrong. I'll just take the 1 and just keep it even. Either way, you guys won't catch me right now if you get this right. If you're right, it'll jump you up to 10 points. If you're wrong, you'll go down to 7. Okay? So just making that clear. We understand what's happening here?
Yeah.
All right. Sense. We good? Okay, cool. All right. So with that said, let's move it on to football. Can Tim hear me say that, or are we? We're good. We're just letting it roll. Okay, cool. All right. Um.
Tim football.
Anyway, I don't know if we can hear the thing or not. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. So, Sam, did you have anything for the Raiders in particular, or
I mean, I just want to say that, I mean, really quickly, it's just been a hell of a off season, and I think Fernando Mendoza's on the way. The whole Max Crosby saga it's just still bonkers. And a lot of respect to Spytech and the front office and the ownership group that they came through on their free agent promises. They didn't go back and try to renegotiate or anything like that. They honored their end of the bargain, and that was really good to see and hear. And I just think, like, with this new coaching staff and Spytech being allowed to cook at his own restaurant, to use a saying, is I think the foundation is being set. I'm not gonna say right now, on the 31st of March that they're gonna win 10, 12 games or something like that, but I think they're on the right path, and it's really great to keep Max Crosby. I was definitely on the side of, like, I didn't really want him to be traded. So it kind of feels like after free agency, feels like you added Max Crosby. So it's kind of funny how things all work out. I think the chatter surrounding the situation will not die until things change, until he is traded or the season starts. I will say, like, in a way, I'm kind of thankful this happened this way because, Max Crosby now has, like, as if he needed another one, it feels like he has another chip on his shoulder to go out and prove that he's healthy, that he's still capable, and that he's still a high profile defensive player and possibly a DPOY candidate. So I feel like with the linebacker core behind him, and some of the free agents on the defensive side of the ball and the elevation of Rob Leonard, and they still got the full draft to go through. So I think they're still going to add plenty of guys to the defense. I think it's nothing but positivity from here. And honestly, I can't wait until the draft because I think, I have to believe it's Mendoza until it's not. So I'm just really excited to get to the draft, and then OTAs, and then before you know it, the season is here. So I'm just pretty stoked.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I, as a Niners fan, there's a couple of, like, rumbling stories that have happened over the last few weeks. So the 49ers, just to shut up all the freaking idiots out there, they did bring in outside experts to test the substation because we live in idiocracy. And in the end, because it's a big old nothing burger, they found that it's a big old nothing burger. Because it's a big old nothing burger.
But did they check the mole people that live underground?
They checked the mole people that live underground. And what it really is, it's the tribal ACLs that are buried underneath. That's what's really causing the no, come on. The Ohlone people's tribal ACLs. That's what's wrong with it. They shouldn't have built the stadium there. That's the real problem, guys. Come on. Okay, so really, okay, so to seriously though, what the team did address though is they've gotten lower scores, not like super low scores, but they got C minuses on the player report cards for the training room and the training staff. Okay, so not great scores. C minus. You don't really love to see that. Those are the lower scores that the team has gotten on any of their report cards. Everything else has been B's and higher. Okay, so they see that and they address that. So They're in the middle of a $9 million upgrade into the quote hydro area. That's like, hot tubs, cold tubs, and other facilities in that area. And they're adding 3 more physical therapists to the staff to add more one-on-one physical therapy time and stuff like that for the players. So I would expect the Niners grades in that area to improve a lot more in the next year, and maybe just having, better amount of those kind of facilities and having more one-on-one physical therapy time. Maybe it's something as simple as that is going to reduce the amount of injuries. And then we can stop worrying about substations and the Ohlone people's tribal ACLs. Okay.
But it is interesting though, because I mean, like the Eagles usually rank pretty low, just because the link is so damn old that there really is not a lot that you can do to it without having to redo the whole entire infrastructure. So, but the Eagles seem to be like one of the teams that team players love coming there after an injury because they can rehab and they have pretty successful careers after leaving the Eagles. So it is interesting to say the least. I mean, it's, I would say it's not a bad thing to fix all that stuff if you've got the capability to do it. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. It's just like it's a interesting situation. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So fixing the showers and saunas, that would break down on that stuff. Just putting some money into that kind of stuff. Yeah. Just recovering after a hard game, things like that. That's the kind of stuff that maybe has been leading to a lot more injuries than the substation. Okay, so putting 9 million. Yeah,
that they lift weights. Are they upgrading the weight room for these guys too?
I mean, the weight room was one of the things that they scored really high on. Okay, actually, cool, the Niners. Cool. So that wasn't part of it. The problem. It wasn't the weight room. It was it was like the recovery type stuff and there wasn't enough like one-on-one time basically. So the team, when they saw those grades, they saw the C-. They said, how do we fix this problem? And then they went and they're addressing it. They're fixing it, which is what these grades are supposed to be doing. This is what it's for, and it's nice that we have, as a Niners fan, that I have, people in charge that see these things and they're addressing it in the proper way. They're not out like the freaking Bengals or whatever. They see, they get an F in like family, whatever, like family room or, like the family benefits or whatever. And they say, well, screw you. You don't need to have a family at the game. What do we need to have, like, who needs to have wives at a game anyway? Right. Screw that, so it's nice that I have a team in charge that they're receptive to negative feedback and they're making corrections and they're trying to make things better. And I really appreciate that. That's good to see. I do, I'm going to give a little bit of a golf clap for that. I don't want to give too much praise because still in the end, Jed York is a billionaire. He can go fuck. But I do appreciate that he's at least, listening to the players a little bit, and he's, at least trying to like take care a little bit of that. So good on you, bud. All right. The other bit of news that's happened is since we last talked, that game in Australia, the Niners and the Rams, kickoff is going to be, if you're in Australia, it's a 10:35 a.m. local time on Friday, September 11th. For us back here in the Bay Area, that'll be a 5:35 p.m. kickoff on Thursday, the 10th of September. Kyle Shanahan this morning, aka